Now I'm finally going to be the wife of a company president. Thank you so much for letting me steal Hank away from you, Jane. But I guess you already must have known there was no way a girl like you could ever beat me.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Don't tell me that you and Hank actually got married today.
That's right. We're actually just on the way back from the courthouse now, in fact. The officiator was so sweet and called us a lovely couple. We actually got many comments from so many different people there.
Well, fine then. Congrats, I guess. I can't believe that you two actually eloped like that. I mean, to think that this whole time you were just plotting about how to steal Hank. You really are sick in the head, you know.
Well, I'm so sorry that you feel that way, Rachel. But none of that really matters since I have Hank now and you don't. But you did know that I was a single mother, right? I was only looking for someone who could help take care of my family.
Are you kidding me? Is that why you did this?
Of course! My poor boy is always saying that he wants a new dad, and you have no idea how tough it is financially to be a single mother. But I just had no idea that I would ever run into my ex-boyfriend, and I had no idea that he had since started managing a company and was totally rich. After that, I just knew that I had to make him all mine.
But wait, what do you mean ex-boyfriend?
Well, I never bothered to say anything about it until now, but it's the truth. Hank and I actually used to be high school sweethearts and dated way back in the day. I bet you never once guessed that this woman who happened to send her kids to the same school as yours was actually an ex of your husband's. And now I bet you're just so shocked. But I was shocked to learn about who Hank had become as well.
So then, you already had an in with him before all of this. That's why things move so quickly between the two of you. I mean, you two couldn't have been seeing each other for more than 3 months. I was wondering just how it was that Hank fell for you so quickly.
Well, yes. As you can see, fate has brought Hank and I back together, and that's why the step to take was so obvious. And you should know that Hank is crazy about my son, too. So I guess I just had all the things I needed going for me to get him. And now my son is just so happy to have his new dad the way that he always wanted.
Well, my son has been crying every single day now asking for his dad. It's just horrible. And this is all your fault, you know. All you've done is make someone else into a single mother.
Well, as long as it's not me having to go through all of that, that's really all that matters to me. I just want what's best for my son, and that's that. Besides, if it was this easy for Hank to walk away from you, just how much could he have really loved you in the first place? But don't worry, I'll be sure to take really good care of your company president ex-husband, and I'll make sure that I'm always wearing expensive brand clothes around him. All on his dime, of course. There's no way that I'd be able to afford a wardrobe like that. And meanwhile, you and your son can live in a box for all I care.
You mean you really don't care at all what happens to us now that you've done this? And look at me. Do you see me wearing expensive clothes or anything like that all of the time? I get most of my clothes from thrift stores at this point, thank you very much.
Wait a second. Don't tell me that you were just trying to brag just then. You're trying to tell me that only a real rich person would still wear regular clothes? I'm sorry, but that just sounds exactly what an out-of-place poor person would say about how the rich people live. But the truth is that you just don't have any taste at all.
That's not true. What I'm trying to tell you is that Hank is not nearly as rich as you think he is.
Oh, come on now, what is this? He manages a company, for goodness sake. Of course he's rich. And now that we're married, I'm going to be rich.
Look, I'm just saying that I think I know more about his finances than you do. And let me tell you that they are just a mess. I know that he manages a company, but that company is a trash fire of failure right now. I was trying to help him restructure it so that he could save himself. But, of course, with the kid, I haven't really been able to do much as of the past couple of years.
Oh, come on. You can't expect me to believe that. If he wasn't rich, then why is Hank always taking me out to nice meals? And why is he always buying my son and I presents if he didn't have any money to do so? You think I'm going to believe that business isn't going as well if he can do that?
Are you kidding me? Is he really doing all of that?
Of course he is. But I take it that you're not getting the same treatment, is that right? Maybe he just wants you to think he isn't really rich. But all the things that he gives my son are proof that he really does have money. And to think that after all of this time, he's still to be so sweet on me. I'm so happy to know what a nice man he's become in his adulthood.
I don't get it. There has to be something up. There's no way he should have enough money for that.
Well, that's not all. He's also said that he's going to pay for our wedding and make sure that it goes all out. And he's even going to buy us a nice house to live in, too. So what do you think about that, huh?
This can't be happening. This is just crazy talk.
I'm sure that you can't believe it, but I'd expect nothing left from my old flame. And we're going to have a wedding so amazing that it blows you out of the water. And then we're going to live in an amazing condo and I'll be rich. I knew that I was making the right call when I stole Hank.
Well, fine then. I hope you two have a happy life. Enjoy your time together.
Man, you're pathetic. Do you know that? I know that deep down you're really hurting inside. After all, I'd be upset too if my free meal ticket decided to leave me for someone else. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, I would just feel insulted, jilted, not wanted. But don't worry, I'll help you get over those feelings with an invitation to our wedding.
You think I want to be at your guys' wedding? I don't even think it's gonna be the dream wedding you're picturing right now. In fact, maybe that's all the more reason to go.
Hey Jane, are you there? Please, you have to pick up the phone. What is this invoice that I'm getting? Are you really going to try to charge me $500 for my affair and for child support? Come on, you know that those numbers can't be right. Are you really serious about this?
Oh, I see that it arrived earlier than I thought it would. But yes, I'm very serious and I want you to pay right away. It is a higher number than you were imagining, I would guess, but I don't care. It shouldn't be an issue for you, apparently.
What are you talking about? Do you really think that I'm made of money or something?
Well, you are the president of a company, aren't you? Surely you must have plenty of money lying around.
Oh, come on. What is this? You know what the finances are with the company, and you know that I can't afford this. We're running in the red after all. Do you have any idea the amount of debt that I'm in?
I know that last time I checked, you were sitting on about $1 million worth of it. And all because you wanted to try expanding the business in an area it had no expertise in. So you just started investing in all the machines that you would need to start this new operation, and that's how you sunk it so deep into debt.
And now, on top of all of that, you think that you're going to get 500 grand out of me? You were the one who said you didn't mind paying the lower limit of what you could legally claim. Were you just lying to me this whole time about your intentions?
You're calling me a liar? That's just rich, isn't it? You begged me to do that for you since you told me you didn't have any more money. So I took pity on you and told you that we could arrange it so that you could pay me a much lower fee than you really should.
Except now I found out that you've been taking Rachel out on expensive dates and buying her and her son all kinds of presents. So how is it that you have money for all of that, but not money for the woman that you just left?
Wait, hold on a second. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how I just talked to Rachel and she told me all about how you two used to date. And she told me that after you two ran into each other again, you started courting her and taking her out on all kinds of nice dates.
But wait, no. Hold on a second. I think that there's some kind of mistake here.
Oh, I'm not even through yet. Not only did you do all of that, but then you promised her some kind of extravagant wedding? And a huge house or condo or something as well? Well, I just don't know why you were so flushed with cash. I mean, really, you wouldn't expect that kind of spending for someone $1 million in debt, so that's why 500 grand sounds like a fair amount to me.
No, wait, Jane, you really do have all of this wrong. I didn't say anything to Rachel at all. She just assumes that I'm some big success. And of course, I don't have the money to throw her a big wedding or buy a house or even a condo, so I really just can't pay your $500,000 either.
I am not going to believe a single word that you have to say to me. You betrayed me and you betrayed our son. You told me that you didn't have a penny to your name, but that was just a lie.
But you know that it's true. I really am $1 million in debt, and I just wanted to try and look cool for Rachel. I mean, it's not like when I was a kid from a poor family in high school. I had made something of my life, and I wanted to prove to her that I had.
So, while you were letting me know all about how bad things really were, you could just turn around and take her out on all these dates? What in the world are your priorities? Do you have any idea how tired I was trying to take care of the house and the kid while you were out just having the time of your life? You even started making me make major cuts in our budget at home, and meanwhile, you were out at nice restaurants.
And I am so sorry for misleading you. That wasn't the right thing of me to do at all.
Well, I'm not going to ask for a single cent less than what I'm demanding now, understand? You are going to pay me $500,000 for your affair and for child support, and then I never want anything to do with you again. And if you don't pay me, then you're going to force my hand. After all, you do know that I'm the majority shareholder for your company, don't you? So don't think that I'm afraid to call for a replacement of the president. I have the authority.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You mean that you would really try to kick me out of my own company? You can't do that. This isn't fair. I mean, don't you know how hard I've worked to build this place up from the ground?
I won't do anything to you or your company if you just pay me what I'm asking for.
But you know how hard this business is doing. And besides, I need to start scraping money together for the wedding. Be reasonable.
You know, Rachel actually invited me to the wedding, so I think I'll just go to watch the fireworks.
Oh, wow. That really was just such an amazing wedding, wasn't it, Rachel?
Although, I have to say, I was pretty surprised at how unorthodox it all was. After all, the venue turned you away because they said you didn't even have a reservation. What the heck was that? What happened today? My wedding! My big special wedding! How did Hank not even book a venue? Wait, what? You mean you didn't want all of this to happen today? And here I thought that Hank was making a statement about how your life didn't need a special venue or anything like that. Are you kidding me? You don't actually think that that's what's going on today, do you? Well, I just thought you might surprise us at the last minute. But looking at how upset your face is, I guess that really wasn't the plan. I don't know how this happened. I don't know who ruined what was supposed to be my special, perfect day, but I bet that you had something to do with it. You think that I had something to do with it? What makes you say that? Because I know that you hate me, and you're always trying to bully me. You were jealous that I managed to steal Hank away from you. And so somehow you managed to ruin all of the reservations that Hank must have made just to get back at us. Well, I hope you're ready to pay for all of this.
I didn't do a single thing, thank you very much, Rachel.
But then, who could have ruined my wedding like this? It had to have been you. You're crazy with jealousy. I know it was you, just admit it. Well, just note that I'm going to be suing you for the full amount of money that Hank sunk into all of those plans. You're going to pay for this. I'll make you pay for trying to sabotage the wedding between a company president and his future wife.
I didn't do anything to stop anything. If you're looking for someone to blame, look at Hank. After all, he's the one who is $1 million in debt. So, I know there's no way he'd be able to give you the giant wedding you were hoping for. And that's why this wedding was never going to really happen in the first place. But I guess Hank was too scared to say anything to you.
Wait a second. What do you mean Hank is $1 million in debt? Where is all of this coming from all of a sudden?
Oh, you poor naive woman. You really don't know what you've gotten yourself into. This debt didn't just pop up all of a sudden, but I already told you about how bad Hank's business was doing. He wanted to try moving in a new direction, it blew up in his face. He lost a big chunk of his staff, and now he's over $1 million in debt.
What? That can't be right! Hank never told me anything about this at all. I thought he was rich. He told me his business was just fine.
Well, he was just lying to you so that you thought all of that was really true. He wanted you to believe that it was fate that had brought you back with your old high school flame. And I'm sure that he was eager to make things work with you, so we put on airs.
But then, all the fancy dates he took me out on, he did it when he didn't really have any money?
That's right. Like I said, I had been helping him with his business for a long time. So I knew all about exactly what state his business and personal finances were in. Of course, after he betrayed my son and I knew I wasn't going to raise another finger to help him. But don't worry, I made sure to make him pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars for your affair and for child support.
Hold on a second. Hank is broke and you still made him pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars? You can get all that much just from a divorce? Well, then that's what I'll do too.
No, you aren't reading carefully enough. I got that money because he was cheating on me and because he was leaving his child. I doubt that you'd get anything but a share of his debt if you tried that now.
So then, I wouldn't get anything for leaving him at all?
That's right. You just have to ride that wave to the very bottom as Hank's business falls apart.
Please, you have to do something to help. You said that you were helping him run his business, so surely you must be able to turn this around, right? I'm begging you, please. You have to do something to save us.
After that, I followed Hank's business in the news and watched as it did worse and worse until finally, it went bankrupt, and finally had to close the doors forever. All that while, Hank and Rachel were blowing up my phone, begging for help. It got to the point that I finally had to block them. In the end, I heard that Hank ended up with about $3 million worth of debt. When Rachel's parents heard about the situation, they put up a big fuss and insisted on taking Rachel back to live with them at their house. From there, they made sure Rachel worked hard and always made her debt repayments on time. As for Hank, he also has to pay his share of the debt, but he's fallen completely off the radar for me. And frankly, I don't really care what happens to him anyways. I got what I needed to take care of my son, and that's all that matters to me.
Carol, what time are you coming home?
My friend and I just split up. I'm going to take the train home now.
You don't need to rush home on the weekend.
My friend is married too, and I don't want to hold her up. We split up early to go home and make dinner. How's your work going, Kevin? You're not going to have to work overtime on the weekend, are you?
Well, I'm still waiting on a response from my client. I don't know when I'll hear from him, so I might be home late.
That's too bad. Should I make dinner?
Yeah, I'll eat at home tonight. I've been working overtime every day lately.
Great! I'll get dinner ready.
Thank you.
By the way, I went to a psychic reading today.
I didn't know you liked psychic readings. You never show any interest in daily horoscopes or anything.
My friend wanted to go, so I went with her and got a reading. It was quite accurate. It kind of freaked me out.
How was it accurate?
The psychic knew about my past without being given any information. The reading was spot on. I never really believed in psychic readings, but my perception has changed. Some psychics are legit.
Wow, she sounds great.
Yeah, I've never had such an experience. She also said something that concerns me.
What did she say?
She said I may see someone who's been on my mind.
Who's been on your mind?
No way. I feel like she was talking about your mother.
My mother?
Yeah. I won't voluntarily make contact with her. You drifted away from her purposefully. It's just that I didn't even meet her before we got married.
Trust me, there was no need. She was a toxic mother. She took advantage of me and took my money. I never want to see her again. I wouldn't even go to her funeral, although I know it's inevitable since I am the only child.
I know. You want nothing to do with her. That's why you took my last name.
Makes me nervous to even think I might see her.
It's just a psychic reading. The psychic might have been talking about someone else. Maybe it's my favorite K-pop star.
I hope so.
Yeah. I understand that you don't want me to meet your mother. But shouldn't I meet your relatives at least? Even if it's too late.
My mom would come barging in if she finds out we were meeting my relatives. We would just cause trouble for them. Plus, some of them would sympathize with her. To be honest, I don't want you to meet them. I'm sorry you married a man with no family. I know we had to have a small wedding because I couldn't invite any relative.
That was all okay. We married. That's all that matters.
Thank you. I wasn't blessed with the family I was born in. But I want to lead a life full of happiness with you. I want us to create a happy family together.
I feel the same. I want us to build a family full of happiness.
I'm sorry. I understand your feeling, but I want to focus on work. You make more money than I do now. I want to be able to make enough income to support both of us financially.
You don't have to worry about it. I love my job and I'm just doing what I can.
But you can't go to work when you have a baby. You'll have to take maternity leave.
You've been thinking about our future. Thank you.
Of course. Also, as a man, I want to be the breadwinner of the house.
I'm counting on you. Don't overthink yourself though. Your health comes first.
You're right. Thank you. I wouldn't do anything to make you sad. Oh, excuse me. I've got a response from my client. I've got to get back to work.
All right. Good luck with your work. Come home safely. Kevin, are you coming home late again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll make sure to catch the last train home. You'll be in bed by the time I get home, right?
I will. I have a question for you.
A question? What is it?
I was looking over the credit card statement today. The bill was twice more than usual. There was a $1,000 payment to a travel agency. Are you planning a trip?
Oh, that's a payment for a business trip. It's a package price for the hotel and the flights. I paid with my credit card so I could get the points.
A business trip?
I'm going next week.
You told me nothing about it.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you. My company will cover all the expenses. They'll pay me back.
Oh, good. It scared me.
I'm so sorry I forgot to tell you.
You're a little careless with money. Don't forget to tell me in advance next time. I want us to cut down on expenses to save money.
I know. You're responsible with money enough for the both of us.
Even though I'm responsible, you still go out and buy clothes and stuff.
Yeah, I can't say no to salespeople.
It's not funny. You have to work with me to save money.
Sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
Will you be able to come home early before your business trip?
I can't. I have a lot of work to do. Why?
You know, once you go on a business trip, you won't be home for a few days.
The trip is only for 2 nights. I'll come back soon.
Well,
Do you miss me? Doesn't sound like you do. You're usually okay when I work overtime every day.
if I tell you I miss you, would you come home early?
I want to, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'll make up for it. I'll be able to come home early for a while when I come back from the trip.
Okay. I'm sorry for being so selfish. I'll go to bed by myself. Be sure to lock the door when you come home.
Are you sulking?
I'm not. You have to work when you have to work.
I'll work hard so I can support both of us soon. Good night. Carol, do you have a minute?
Sure. I missed your call an hour ago. I'm sorry I couldn't answer. Did anything happen during the trip? Are you at a hotel right now?
I am. I'm in trouble.
What's going on?
I have to stay at my parents' house for a while, so I can't come home for another week or so.
What? Why?
My mother died. I'm going to her funeral. I wish I didn't have to, but I have to do my part.
You're going to her funeral alone. I think I should go too. It's your
I want to forget about this place I used to live in, so I'd rather not have you here. There's my relatives too that I don't want to see, and they might be hard on me. I never expected her to die during my business trip. She causes trouble even when she dies.
This is your mother texting. Who caused you trouble? I'm alive. What are you doing telling your wife I'm dead?
Huh? Carol? What's going on?
I said I'm your mother. I'm texting from Carol's phone.
What are you talking about? Carol, what's going on? My mom's dead. Why are you doing this?
It was a difficult delivery when I gave birth to you. You almost got lost in the nearby mountain when you were in the 2nd grade. Your high name was Alyssa. You drifted away from me because you cheated on your fiancé. You made me pay the compensation for the family and ran off. You caused trouble for all the relatives. Is that information enough for you to believe I'm your mother?
Are you really mom?
I've been telling you since the beginning. You dumb son. I don't even consider you my son anymore. I've been chasing you to get my money back.
You've been chasing me? What does that mean? You'd better not be causing trouble to Carol. Just stay away from me. Carol, don't trust her if you're reading this. She's making it all up to split us up.
You can say whatever you want, but there's nothing you can do. Carol knows everything.
What do you mean? Everything? Everything you say is a lie.
The fact that you broke off an engagement and ran off, and the fact that you've been cheating on Carol, she knows everything. I was surprised to hear from the detective agency that you were married.
What? Did you spy on me? What do you get from this?
The reimbursement for the compensation. I was going to forgive and forget if you had become a decent man. But you haven't changed at all. You did such terrible things in the past, and you're still cheating on your woman. I'm ashamed of you.
Just get away from Carol.
I can't do that. We're at the hotel you're staying with your mistress. I know your room number. Carol didn't answer your call because she was on a plane. Give up. You won't get away.
Carol, help. I've been locked up in a room in my parents' house. My uncle's been guarding the door to my room. I need to get out of here somehow.
Why should I help you?
They're going to make me work on a ship on the Bering Sea.
Well, you had it coming. You cheated on your fiancé and ran off without paying the compensation. They also had to pay the cancellation fees for the wedding. You have to take responsibility for that too, don't you think?
Aren't you going to miss me? You said you missed me before I went on a business trip.
I said it because I wanted to know who you are one last time.
What?
Ever since we got married, you've always come home late. You sometimes came home with the scent of female perfume. I had been worried for over 6 months since then. I didn't want to keep worrying anymore, so I hired a detective agency.
You've known that long?
Yes, but I wasn't sure back then. That's why I had them follow you. It turned out your mother had hired the same detective agency to spy on you. She talked to me in front of the office.
You're kidding, right? That kind of thing only happens in movies.
It is like a movie, isn't it? The truth will come out in the end. Your mother is not a toxic parent. She is a good person. I didn't believe her completely at first, but I found out about your cheating. As I gathered information, I figured out that you were the one who was lying.
I'm deeply sorry about the trip. But I was never going to replace you with her. You had a conversation with her, so you know we weren't serious.
Does that change anything? Do you think I'll forgive you?
No, but I truly love you.
If you'd loved me, you wouldn't have cheated on me soon after getting married. I'm sure you didn't want a divorce because I have a decent income. I notice you've been overspending money since we got married. You married me because you thought you could do whatever you want with my money.
No! I married you because I love you for your kindness.
You cheated on me. Your words mean nothing to me.
I apologize for all the lies, but it comes from the heart when I say I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So please, help me. You have enough savings to pay back the compensation I owe my mom, don't you? We give her back the money and start over. I won't disappoint you again.
Are you serious right now? Why should I clean up your mess? I cooperated with your mom to stop you from doing the same thing again. I'm not going to live with you again.
Are you saying you want to get a divorce?
Obviously. You betrayed and cheated on your fiancé right before the wedding. Then you made your mother pay the compensation and tricked me into marrying you. On top of that, you had an affair again. Who would be stupid enough to start over with a man like you?
Carol, please. I don't want to divorce you.
You don't want to divorce me only because you think I will help you. Just so you know, I won't spend a penny on you ever.
The compensation is nearly $50,000. It's going to take years to pay her back.
You have $30,000 to pay me in addition to that.
What?
Did you forget about the compensation for me? I demand full payment.
I'm so sorry. I've been dependent on you. I thought you would forgive me no matter what I do because you're so sweet. You're so warm-hearted and generous. You're the most perfect woman I know.
Oh, thank you for all the compliments. Too bad I'm not generous enough to forgive you. Sorry, show me your sincerity by paying me the compensation.
I'll live for you from now on, Carol. I'll work hard to support us. Trust me. Please.
I don't believe any word a pathological liar says. Don't make me say the same thing. The only thing you can do is shut up and pay me the compensation. Money won't betray me like you did. We discussed divorce at my ex-husband's parents' house. He could not argue as all his relatives were present in the discussion. The negotiation for divorce and compensation went smoothly. My ex-husband's mother introduced him to a job, and he is going to work on a ship on the Bering Sea. The job is so rigorous and grueling that he might not survive. Even if he doesn't, I will still get the compensation with an insurance paycheck. He wouldn't be able to escape from the ship easily since most crews on the ship are covered in debt like him. My ex-husband has no empathy for others and has caused trouble to many people. I hope he will pay for what he did. After the divorce, I moved into a studio apartment. It is a small apartment, but it is a perfect place for me to live by myself. I got a cat as I could not get one when I lived with my ex-husband because of his allergy. She is so adorable and brings me peace of mind, which my ex-husband never did. I don't feel lonely at all thanks to my cat. I haven't healed from the pain of having been betrayed yet.